Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very special episode of the Brohannya podcast. Seeing as we've got two of your regular hosts who you will recognise, Mr. Christian Values and Mr. Sunny Forecast, and also from England this time, my good mate, Milky Derrick.
Esteemed colleague.
All right, Governor.
Yeah, esteemed colleague.
Esteemed colleague.
More like steamed cabbage. Anyway, we shall move on. I'll turn you loose on your usual host and the voices you recognise most.
All right, boys.
Yeah.
So, it's your second time in Alabama now.
He's
sorry.
talking to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Could you
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, but you're blocking the
Well, how
eye
about
contact.
this?
I heard about Southern Hospitality. He's blocking the view.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Shame on him.
Second time in Alabama. So the last time was
Dreadful.
October last year.
Is it better this time or last time?
Yeah, because we're out here for a week now. So last time was 3 days.
Yeah.
It was pretty slammed back to back. Yeah, it's been a blast. We still got 2 more days here. So
Well, no. Yeah. Because
tomorrow is Sunday, and then we fly back Monday.
Yeah, that's right. So, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to put you on the spot here. There's a story that you shared last time.
Oh man.
We would like for the world to know it.
Oh, we doing that?
I mean, if you're
I
cool
didn't
with it,
realise that was going to come up, especially not this early.
I would love for it to happen.
Yeah, let's let them warm up and we'll work our way.
Okay, yeah, we'll come back to that. We'll come back.
Okay,
We'll
yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit to start people off with that. Is crazy.
I know where this is going. Yeah.
We'll circle back.
Yeah.
Boy, you talk about leaving an impression.
Yeah, so let's get
A
them
long-
all. Oh wow, he's so charming.
So-
A long, thin, yellow impression.
I mean, it was a puddle, but
All right, off the dome. Best and worst British food. Go. We already got this from Boo.
best and worst. How many do I get in each category?
However many you want.
Okay, Paul. How about this? Give us a top 3 Brit foods and give us a top 3 American foods.
Okay, so no hierarchy. Top 3 best. It's got to be a fry up.
Oh, of course.
It's got to be a fry up.
Like a full English breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For me, the ideal fry up would be bacon, sausage, eggs, beans, black pudding, or blood sausage.
Blood sausage, as they call it. Yeah.
Ridiculous. That's derailed me already because it angers me so much that you call it that.
What
It
is
probably angers them that you love it. So.
Yeah.
I'm just talking like it is.
Fried mushrooms and hash browns for me would be.
Fried mushrooms.
Oh, yeah,
for
fried
breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Y'all have that as a side, yeah?
Yeah, well,
It's
that's
just all kind of
that's
like
that's an element of the cooked
segmented.
breakfast. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like mushrooms.
Yeah. Number 2, no hierarchy. It's got to be the roast dinner.
Oh, of course.
A
Sunday
nice
roast.
Sunday roast,
Yeah,
100%.
Boo said the same. I think it's the same as that list Boo had.
Yeah. Or very close to
It's
it.
just because these are the foods we really take pride in doing well. So there you go.
The
how
third
many you'll
would be. I mean, we have a lot of rustic food, quite sort of homely.
Casseroles, stews.
Yeah, so I'm going to go something along the lines of a shepherd's pie.
I knew he was going to say the same thing Boo said.
Okay, it's a tie for me actually. Shepherd's pie or something like bangers and mash with like gravy.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Get
like
some
on the
onions
same
in there.
wavelength.
We know what's good. That's
Peas in a pod.
Yeah.
Top 3 American foods.
Were they yours as well? I mean, I watched the podcast, but it was.
So if I take us back to the first podcast, it was a lot. We spent a lot of time talking food. So
We spent like an hour, I think.
it was a long time.
That
talking.
first one was lengthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, you can't go wrong. I mean, he's given you very safe answers there because you can't go wrong with a cooked English breakfast. Bangers and mash is a winner every time. Sunday roast, and depending on what kind of meat you like a Sunday roast with, turkey or chicken or what is it?
I'll go chicken and beef.
Chicken and
would
beef.
be the
Like a nice roast
The two
beef
main options.
dinner.
Yeah.
And of course, the other one you mentioned,
Shepherd's pie.
shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's Bangers
pie.
and mash.
Yeah, nice
Absolute
and
staple.
yeah.
Was your now look? I don't even know this about you, despite having known you for years and years. Is your like sort of who cooked in your home? Was it your mother, your grandmother? Was it like?
My mother. Yeah.
and she was a good cook.
growing up. Yes, so my mother and then my father after.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So look, those are the home staples. You get a homemade shepherd's pie. It's really you can't really go somewhere for shepherd's pie. It's got to be that's a very homely dish, and therefore you have it at home.
Yeah, it's not something you'd go and eat out. I mean, they do serve it at pubs and that sort of thing, but it doesn't beat home cooking.
Yeah.
I guess you guys have parallels with nothing beats, a family cooked
Well, you wouldn't
with
believe.
particular dishes, maybe.
Well, Paul, what we found out on that first podcast is there are so many direct parallels between English cuisine and the South, the American
Yeah,
South.
South is very similar.
Because but the food, although I will say this, the food is more of a love language here in the American South, whereas for us, it's stodgy stuff, it's sustenance, and as long as it's cooked well and flavoursome and everything, we don't, we see it for what it is. Whereas down here, food will be the way to someone's heart.
Amen, brother.
And we're very prideful of our food.
Absolutely.
I can see that. And
I mean, he's looking
in
for
the
the word
South in
proud,
general.
but prideful's fine. Your top 3 American foods.
I haven't done the 3 worst.
Oh, your
British.
3 worst Brit foods. Go on.
I mean, one just springs to mind, but I haven't tried it. But again, it was covered jelly deals.
I knew he was going to say jelly deals.
I haven't tried it, so I guess I can't have a.
That can't be good.
It just the idea of it. Again, it's a
revolting.
primarily East London thing, right?
Yeah.
Cockney,
It's a Cockney
thing,
thing.
but just
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of any
They can
kind
keep
of thing
that,
like
yeah.
that. But just from what I know of it, it just I wouldn't entertain a second thought.
I don't
at
blame you.
all.
Yeah, that's awful.
I can't. Another 2 I can't really give because that one just dominates everything.
Yeah, I agree.
I
That's
can't
probably
give
the
you
worst
another
one I've
2.
heard.
Well, the reason for that is the other 2 that you'd give, that I would give, you probably eat. So I know you like black pudding, for instance. So,
again, staple of a fryer. You say top 3 American foods. Again, no hierarchy.
I'm interested in this one.
Actually, no, there'll be a definite top for this one, and it has to be, I don't know what umbrella term it would come under, but just your kind of barbecue, steakhouse, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The best food I've had was in Austin last year.
Texas.
Texas
Terry
barbecue's top
Black's, had like the brisket, the link sausage.
You can't beat it, dude.
So smoked
It was
meats.
just, smoked meats in general. Your smokehouses, steakhouse is just, you just can't beat it.
That's top of the line stuff.
Yeah. Another one would have to be, this is area specific though, San Diego Mexican. San Diego like tacos.
I can see that.
Again,
Everybody says like
that-
the Mexican food in California is top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it in like more up north, San Francisco, Santa Cruz, San Jose, but nothing beat San Diego at all. It's amazing. I guess because they're just north of the Mexican border, right? So
Yeah.
I guess they got that influence there, and just.
I mean, it's not all
Beautiful.
great. Obviously, I've got experience in California. I had a tamale pie there that left me on the toilet for almost a week. But,
But how did it taste going in?
it was tasty.
No, see?
There you go.
It don't matter how it comes out. It's all about going in.
Yeah, dude. Half the things you eat down here will put you on the toilet for a week.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the other one would be more of the stuff that I've had down south. So I tried gumbo in New Orleans. That was so good. Really nice restaurant just off of Bourbon Street. And it was
You can't go wrong with anything in New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans has some of the best food in the United States. Hands down.
I mean, I was
I've never seen
recommended,
it.
in New Orleans, you got to try the gumbo.
Yeah.
So having this New Orleans and Alabama, you got to try the gumbo and the jambalaya.
Yep.
Yeah.
So New Orleans, me and Ed had just got our first night in there, Bourbon Street, hit it like crazy. Next day was like, oh, well, let's go out, let's have something nice to eat. And we had some wine, and I was like, I'm going to try the gumbo whilst I'm here, because the rest of the trip I'm just going to be eating fast food. So I have to have a nice, whilst we're in a nice restaurant, you got to try it properly.
I'm sure our hosts here will agree with you, but what you've given there is 3 very definitive answers and 3 very definitive areas that they pride themselves on that. Texas Smokehouse, they pride themselves on that. Louisiana Soul Food, they pride themselves on that. And of course, the Mexican food in California, they pride themselves on that. So 3 very
Can't
definitive
say I've had the
answers.
Mexican food in California, but I'm assuming it's good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
San
can
Diego in
agree.
specific,
I can
but-
agree with the Texas barbecue and the New Orleans.
We have a
soul.
Mexican restaurant here that's like super authentic. It's called San Jose. Top tier.
Is that kind of more like towards
It's
the bay?
right there
or
off Tillman's Corner.
Yeah.
whereabouts is that? I mean,
Tillman's Corner? That's so...
where would I know, Boo? Because you know kind of where we've been from the
They
last
meant,
trip in here.
I
Where would I, as a
hear-
reference point.
Okay, I hear Tillman's Corner referenced a lot, but I haven't been there, so I couldn't say.
So it's kind of, I don't know how to really explain it.
So it's close to downtown, kind of.
Yeah.
Not far from downtown.
Yeah, it's not very far from downtown. They've got good food. And then there's another one we have that's local, a little bit more local, called Villa Del Rey.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
But San Jose is more authentic. Like you go there and there's one person that speaks English and it's broken English.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
It's as authentic as it gets, brother.
Yeah.
It's top tier stuff.
San Jose's awesome.
That's your sign that things are going to be good. Yeah.
At least the fact it's broken, it's like, there's a slight chance, but it's still not going to hit. But at least it's not, an Englishman behind it or a pure
Some white dude back there just making tacos.
Yeah.
Well, you know broken English. I mean, you probably hear it from him all the time. It's he tries pidgin English at best, but there we go.
Pigeon English, he says.
Never heard that expression. Oh God, of course he hasn't. Anyway, moving on.
Oh man, he's with the shots. He's ready.
He's just loaded up shooting, dude.
Do you not think he's going to give it back?
Oh,
it's
man,
coming.
we're kind of early into the stream right now.
It's coming.
So,
All right, moving on now.
Okay, so let's go back to food. No, sorry, not food. Because you mentioned your mom. Funny story. I FaceTimed Paul one night on my birthday. Or he texted me. He was like, "Are you busy?" This was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was on a Saturday. Autumn was still at the baby shower. So I was just sitting at home. And I think I was trying to put Freya down for a nap. And he's like, "Are you free for 5 minutes for a video call?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" So I answer it. And before I can even get a word out of my mouth, he passes the phone to his mom, and she goes, "You wanker!" I was like, "What did you just call me?" And all I hear is Paul cackling in the back. I'm like, "What happened?" And she's like, "I don't know you, but you're lovely." I was like, "Okay, thank you."
Her trepidation, beforehand, I said, "All right, I'm gonna speak to one of the 2 Alabama guys," and I was like, they find the whole wanker thing hilarious, especially coming from
Especially
English folk.
especially being the mother of one.
Yeah.
Your mom.
I said when I answer, I said he's a lovely guy and he'll find it hilarious, I promise. But when he answers, can you just call him a wanker? And she was like, "All right." Obviously, with the time difference, 1 p.m. for you guys would have been 7 p.m. for us.
Yeah.
And I'd gone over and we were having a few wines, and she just thought, "All right, okay, I trust you." But even after, I love her disclaimer. She was like, "You seem lovely. He told me to call you a wanker." And then I hear you down the phone laughing.
See, that was a much more accurate impression of your mother. Do you not take exception to the way he just did an impression of your mother?
You are mate.
What he didn't tell you, she's an extra of Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. That's where the royalty comes from?
No, that's where the worst American crimes against the English accent ever got committed by Dick Van Dyke.
Oh.
Because he did the worst Cockney accent known to man until Sonny Cochran was born.
But what was even funnier is the next day I told Boo about it, and Boo was like, "Paul's mom called you a wanker." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "No, she didn't." I was like, "I swear to God."
Geez.
If only we had some
She's great,
footage of
man.
that to watch over.
What a
God.
lovely woman.
It was
She's
fantastic.
great.
Yeah, she was wonderful.
yeah.
And then,
she'll happily do it again.
Yeah.
It's just when I'm back in the UK time zone.
And then,
You can be called a
Whatever you
wanker
want.
on tap.
Yeah.
It's
and then Paul was on the phone
Bountiful.
with his sister today as I'm walking down, and he turns the phone to me, and it was like I couldn't even begin to form the English accent, and it just came out so Australian. And I was like, "All right, mate, how are you?" And she's like, "You talking to me?" Paul's like, "All right, gotta go, bye."
because I was FaceTiming her, and when you were up at your place,
Yeah.
and I was obviously by those guys, I had wanker behind me in the distance. So I'm speaking to my sister, having a nice catch up. I look round and see you at the top with the guitar in your hand. I was like, "All right, you wanker." And she's like, "Who are you calling a wanker?" In a park. I was like, "Oh no, that's one of the guys I know." She was like, "Oh, thank fuck for that," And as you come strolling down, I was like, "Hold on, he's walking down." I'll turn the screen round, and I was like, you can see him coming, and yeah, that's when you kind of.
That's just
saw it.
reminded me, because we didn't speak to you prior to this, but our audience here do not wish to hear such foul language, and therefore wanker isn't really a swear word to the Americans anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it.
No, it's open season tonight.
Oh really? Well, fuck you.
But how does it kind of fly with? I know you guys have this certain the C word and stuff is it's more of a punch over here.
So what it really comes down to is it's not Twitch. honestly, with Twitch, you can kind of get away with almost anything.
I was gonna say slurs.
Yeah, but YouTube, like if you, and I'm not saying like we would ever make it big, but if we ever did and we ever wanted to make money off of previous videos, essentially almost every swear word, not acceptable. Just because, and also because like, if our videos do start reaching a larger group, we don't want it to just be limited to older people.
For sure.
We'd also like younger people to be able to watch. And if somebody's parents walk in and their kid's watching a video and we're dropping the F word and all this every 5 seconds, they're going to be like, turn it off.
Yeah.
And so it limits us. So just by trying to cut it out, it makes it better, but it's open season tonight. There's no point in trying.
We're just dragging the bar down as usual because I've seen some of the guests that these two have had on, and if you are out there watching, I'm not sure if you are, there was their pastor, which is Eric. He was the equivalent of a priest, vicar, whatever we might call one back then. Just and that was a fantastic episode.
Very holy man.
Very insightful.
Very good.
And Eric, if you're watching, I'm not sure if you are.
Got it.
I almost no. Okay, well, whatever. If any of the viewers here like the Brohannya podcast, I would go back and watch that one because I really liked it.
That's a great one.
They had a recent guest on. I hope I'm not leaving any of your guests out, really. But my favourite ones, because I watch every moment of every one.
Of course.
But the other one, they had the former FBI agent on there, and my
Mr.
gosh,
Tim.
he
that
had
was
some
a good
stories
one.
to tell.
Didn't he?
Oh yeah.
That was a good
I
one.
felt like I was learning as we went
That was
along.
a good one to watch live because there was so many beeps in that episode. Like once we had to edit it.
Like
oh
if
my
you
God.
go back and watch it now, like I texted him, it was probably about like 2 o'clock in the morning because normally when we get done, like the first thing I do, I go home, like I talk to Autumn for a bit, and once her and the baby go to bed, like it's editing time. Like I'll stay up for hours. And as soon as I got home, so I'm laying in the bed and I'm working on it, I texted him at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I was like, dude, I'm like 9 minutes into the episode and I've had to edit like 5 or 6 times already. Like it was just, and it wasn't even, the crazy thing, it was, in total, it was 54 beeps individually that I had to go back and break down. 3 of them were swear words.
Yeah, so certain words, I'm trying to figure out how to say this word without saying this word.
Anything pertaining criminally to children.
Or
yeah.
a certain violence using a firearm, or
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
stuff like that.
Okay.
It all, like, the YouTube does not play at all when it comes to that. So, like,
Sure.
so there's some parts you'll watch the episode,
And you might not
and it
even-
will literally just be beep, because he was, like, stringing words together, and I was like, oh, we can't talk about that. Oh, my God, we can't talk about that.
So whole sentences.
Yeah.
And I mean, I take it back. What a foul-mouthed, feeble-fingered peasant you are.
Yeah, ma'am.
I do joke, of course. Please don't shoot me. So,
Yeah. Miss Tim ain't the one to play with, man.
Yeah.
He's a big guy, too.
I wasn't gonna play around with him. His stories alone told
not?
me
What's
what
your
he's
wrestling?
saying.
So those 2 are your favorites, Eric and Tim?
That's not to say I haven't watched every episode of YouTube. Speaking,
Which is also impressive. When you first told me that, I was kind of like,
which is what? That I watch all of them?
yeah, like
Yeah, that's crazy.
all
Yeah, I
shocked.
wasn't expecting that.
Well, you've had me as a guest on twice, 3 times now, which, confirms the hat trick. Do you use the term hat trick here for 3 in a row?
It's a hockey term.
Hockey term. Okay.
Yeah, we use it in hockey, but not in any other sport.
Okay, cool. So,
Primarily football, or what you wankers would call soccer.
Soccer!
I love
Yeah,
this
hat
and
trick, like
soccer.
3
now,
goals,
again,
yeah.
well, he'll probably finish the sentence for me, but if you say soccer back home, what would happen?
They hang you at Traitor's Gate, mate.
Yeah, no T's at all. Well, apart from the beginning of the word. Traitor's Gate.
Y'all drop T's, so you can't get mad at me for it.
So would that be right as get?
Traitor's Gate!
Traitor's Gate.
It's boiling my blood, let alone how
You
you're
said
feeling.
drop T, so I mean,
I know if we're boiling Paul's blood, then we're doing something right.
I was about to say, my blood began boiling before we hit play. So anyway, before we hit
What's new
record.
there?
Because if anyone hasn't noticed yet, Booey Baloney here,
Oh.
running for president.
Vote for Baloney.
Vote for Baloney.
It's the right vote.
He stands up for our community. He loves beans on toast
I do.
and sloppier hoagies.
and
Yeah.
sloppier hoagies and lower taxes.
Ladies and gentlemen, less taxes, sloppier hoagies.
Also, he's bringing out a braid salon, downtown Mobile.
That's
Go check
right.
it out, hence the...
Booey braids. He's got cornrows.
Oh no. Shall we go into? I don't think we should really touch on that, to be honest. But no, why not? Actually, I felt as if we perhaps walked into the wrong bar in downtown Mobile, and maybe
The first trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, but not for.
What a wonderful place.
Can you pass the bottle opener? Or the bottle opener.
Open me bottle. There you are, mate.
Open the bottle.
Nice one, Squire. So anyway, myself, Paul
Captain.
here, and another mate of mine who isn't currently present was where we were all downtown. We happened to go into a bar, and this is absolutely not racial whatsoever, but we happened to be in a bar where let's say the culture was one that we stuck out like very sore thumbs being a part of. There was a braiding salon up above this place, and
And Boo when he got braids.
and of course, I mean,
He brought it out and
these
That's where this came
that's where
from.
this came from.
these idiots seem to think that I was interested in cornrows. So anyway, we go in. We are three incredibly Caucasian people being stared at in the worst way. And instead of taking any social cues, as I nudge these people and just go, maybe we wouldn't be so welcome in here, they decide to really turn it up and go, right, happy hour, boys. We're staying here for the next for the foreseeable.
get 3 more of those each. Yeah.
Oh gosh, yes. So of course I felt like everyone in there was looking at us like they wanted to murder us. These two oblivious idiots just carried on and strung me along for the ride.
Me and Sonny had a wonderful time every time we've been.
We did.
Actually, like
We-
genuinely.
I thought it was a blast.
We
Every
never
time
really-
we went, it's
Yeah.
been insane. The only time we went that was like, not like weird, but kind of like, it was like, whoa, was we went downtown with probably about 5 or 6 other people, and I go to walk in, and there's a refrigerator
Yeah,
of a man
giant
at the
man,
door,
yeah.
like 6'5", 300 pounds, all muscle, like looks like he could slam me through a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I gotta frisk you. And I'm like, no, first off.
And he did.
And he did, he frisked me.
I'm sure he did, right? And you didn't feel any like sort of hostility.
No, I mean, like he was very, he was very calm about it, but we didn't know that it turned into like
A nightclub.
more of a club
Yeah.
the later on in the night it got. Because what we did was we went in, we bought cigars, we went outside
Got
to their
whiskey.
tables, drank some whiskey, and just kind of hung out. And when I went back in to get more whiskey, it had already gotten later, and then they were frisking people, and I was like, hold up a minute now. Why? Don't touch me. So yeah, but other than that, I mean,
That's
like,
interesting because what do you guys call those security guards? So we call them bouncers, back home.
Bouncers.
Yeah,
Do you know
bouncers.
how you call them
Yeah,
bouncers as well?
security,
yeah.
But the bouncers search us back home. The idea of
Oh, yeah.
getting frisky, you know what I mean?
Y'all
You
don't,
know.
y'all don't have firearms.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just that
why.
But I mean, some of the places back home, they'll do like a quick pat down, but it's just, I guess, formality just to...
oh yeah, there's no
this-
rubber glove searches
yeah.
or anything.
Oh, no.
Cavity
Yeah,
search.
no, I mean, it's normally just a pat down. But like, there is one bouncer downtown that we actually became very good friends with.
Oh, yeah, he
He's
was awesome.
super cool. His name's Jerome.
Yep.
And when I tell you he's bigger than the guy who frisked me
Yeah, he's a
at the
giant.
other bar, like when we first met him, we were like, that dude could kill someone with his thumb probably. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's ginormous. And then I saw him probably, the only time we ever saw him was at the bar. And then I saw him probably about a year later in the gym. And dude was like bench pressing like 450 pounds. Like if that puts into perspective how
He's a
just
human
massive
being.
this guy is. But he was always cool. Most of the bouncers are normally cool
Yeah, I feel
until
like,
you do something.
No, there's a vast difference here between that and what we experience in England
Oh,
for
yeah?
sure. Yeah, no, a bouncer's only really hired if he's got like A-star experience in being a prick. So, I mean,
they just go on like power trips, I'm assuming.
very
A
much
lot
so,
of them,
very
yeah.
much so.
Right? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we definitely have that down here.
Are they also very friendly with the young female punters?
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the same
That's
down
very,
here.
out.
very common thread back home.
Like Jerome is kind of like what's the saying? Like a diamond in the rough. Because
Okay.
he was nice from the get go. He come up to us while we were playing pool, and then just after that, like if me and him ended up drinking too much, like he'd make sure we were good. He'd make sure our wives were good.
Do you know, well, Sonny, do you know what I would say is the sign of a good bouncer is if he's as cordial with the fellas as he is with the young ladies, right? Because
Yeah.
usually the young ladies get away with
Oh, whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
anything and everything, and the fellas are usually frisked and there's hostility.
But
so-
believe it or not, we actually watched a girl get thrown out of a bar one time by
Oh, yeah?
a bouncer, and it was wonderful.
Oh,
It was awesome.
Well,
But the thing I found interesting about the fact you guys have bouncers is, this is my third trip to the States, and it's so few and far between that I've seen a bouncer. When I've been to bars, even
What time
late
are you
at
going?
night. In the evening, and I'll be there till usually kind of 2. But I mean, this has been like California, Texas, New Orleans. New Orleans a bit more
Most
so.
of the time, like especially like I know when we go to Lucky's, when you walk in, the bouncer is kind of like
Chilling.
he's kind of
so they're
hiding
inside?
himself. Yeah, they're inside,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
kind of like if you walk in and they could look at you and tell you're old enough, they won't bother you. But if they don't think you are, they'll ID you. But
So ours
normally,
are always out the front.
you know what?
They'll ID you. They'll a quick pat down, see if you're too.
Well, no, they don't always frisk you. That was like
Okay.
the one
yeah,
time
that was the one time that happened.
Right.
But Paul, these two make a good point. 'Cause I actually, in hindsight, I've only now realised that. But they do they keep an eye on things from inside. It's not like they just let anybody
makes
in.
sense.
But they don't necessarily have to stand at the door.
No, they're chilling.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times, the people who usually grab the bouncers are bartenders. Usually bartenders will be like, hey,
Yeah.
and they'll just point at somebody.
They typically just sit there and wait until
They're needed.
either a fight breaks out or a bartender comes and is like, hey, this person's got to go.
Yeah.
And then, like, that's what happened when we watched that girl get thrown out. The bartender was like, hey, and they come and snatched her out of there with a quickness.
Yep.
But, like, downtown, see, there's so many cops that go downtown now that
Sure.
are, like, that are just kind of stationed there
We
throughout
got
the
drones
night.
out here now, too.
Yeah, that there's really no need for bouncers because they can literally just walk outside and there's a cop right there and they can just be like,
Okay.
hey.
But yeah, I've just found it so few and far between. Like all the states I've been in, it's been so rare that
I can speak for the states he's been in.
so few and far between that I've come across a bouncer that usually it's just been the bar staff that have kind of regulated. If there's like drunk people in there or causing trouble, it would be the bar staff that would either kick them out if they're like big dudes and that kind of thing, or there'll be like some form of security there that are kind of quite casual. The bar staff will flag them and be like, this guy needs to go out or whatever trouble is happening. But when you guys eventually come to England, you'll see that most bars will have a bouncer outside. They'll ID you. It's more so than not, right? There'll be a bouncer out front. Some of our McDonald's have bouncers in after maybe.
I'm sorry?
That's correct, right? Like the Fry Street
I
McDonald's.
absolutely confirm this.
After
But-
like 10 o'clock at night
Yeah,
on the weekends.
late night McDonald's, yeah. Because, okay.
It's
Yeah,
Oh,
but-
100%,
okay,
yeah.
these two won't understand, so we're going to have to, let's put it here to the audience and to our hosts here, why do McDonald's have bouncers? McDonald's here is very much drive-through fast food, right? Or not necessarily drive-through, sometimes you can walk in, whatever.
Most
But
time, most people are going through the drive-thru.
however, a McDonald's for us is located on the high street between all the pubs at closing time. When
Because
there's
you
going to
walk
be,
everywhere,
so there's going to be trouble. And because everyone walks everywhere, you want your late night food, you're going to be walking from the pub past the McDonald's. Everyone who's in there is going to be blind drunk. So there's trouble.
Makes sense.
And it's
So
always
y'all's
packed out at like 2, 3 in the morning.
Y'all's McDonald's is our Waffle House.
Right,
okay.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they told me
Which,
about Waffle House a long
honestly,
time
I'm
ago.
surprised
Yeah.
Waffle House doesn't have bouncers yet.
The employees are the bouncers.
Yeah, I don't
So
know
it's
if y'all.
ropey in there. You get it's like hostile
Paul, I
in
won't
the
go
early
in there.
hours.
Oh,
on the
you'll see
weekend,
fights
yeah.
and stuff all the time. You'll see people arguing.
The
and
reason
stuff.
Waffle
Right.
House don't have bouncers is because the staff that's cooking the food and
They'll throw
serving you,
hands
they
on
would swing on you. It's like that, and that's not even a joke. Like you can look, I can show you a video right now. This dude got disrespectful with this girl, and she grabbed a chair and threw it at him. Like they don't play.
Wow.
Waffle House is crazy, dude. At like 2 and 3 in the morning,
Damn.
it's on site. They're ready to fight.
You hire a
anyone
Waffle
and
House, you got a
everybody.
pack of Newports, and you got a slap box with dirt.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But I tell you what, it's very much like our kebab houses, right? Because late night, that's exactly
Kebab.
You're out on the razzle, right? You want to go and get your late night grub and all that, so you end up you go and get a doner kebab, right? These places are
a
usually
staple.
yeah, exactly, right. These places are
She's
usually
a lovely young lady.
doner kebab.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
Oh,
even
that was
start.
one of the classics.
Classic. Listen, he refers to his own material as classics.
That's what a king
But-
does, bro.
Yeah, but I'm humble as well, so it balances out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's the most humble man I've ever
He'll
met.
tell you
you.
all about how humble
His
he is.
humility
It's a
has
miracle
no bounds.
that he's here tonight. He took time out
He
of
is
his
so
busy
gracious.
day.
It's kind of part of the royal service.
Yeah.
you know.
I know. It's also
Yeah.
a terrible shame, but no, I mean,
Right, Shagger.
yeah, we live.
Right, go.
Right, Davy boy.
Oh, Davey boy.
And here we go.
Are you surprised it took this long for it to get to this
I
point?
was waiting when it was going to start.
Yeah.
kicking in.
When it was gonna get a little heated.
I know. I just want my guitar so I can be singing. You know, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Christian, I think, is probably the person here with the most common sense, and that includes out of me too. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah. See, I can be humble enough to say that.
love
Paul
that.
wouldn't in his arrogance.
Oh, I love it. Oh my god.
So how do you guys know each other? Like, how far do you guys go back?
God.
So
So obviously, I met you guys last October,
Oh, man.
like that one
These
night that we
two-
hung out.
Hey,
and
you
then-
know what's crazy? Like I was telling Boo about when we originally met y'all, because essentially, I mean, he had been here for a bit, and we'd known each other, and then Christian and Boo had met, and then when he told us you were coming down, I was like, man, we've got to meet him, like we've got to make something happen. And then so when it kind of got rolling, I texted Christian. I was like, hey, Boo's friends are coming down. It's like, we want to do dinner. Do you want to join? He was like, yeah. And then I remember, like, when we went to Lucky's that night, I was sitting there at the table and just kind of thinking to myself, I was like, man, I wonder what these guys are like. Like, are they going to be, like, losers, dude? Or, like...
Why would you think that?
Like, because I was just...
I guess, I don't know. What's he insinuating?
Because his
man?
only reference point, like,
I beg your fucking
No, I'm
pardon.
not going off of you, but I was just like, are we gonna like them as much as we like Boo? Like, what's the deal? And then as soon as y'all walked in and started talking, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a great night.
Yeah.
And the crazy
I
thing is,
appreciate
like,
it, man.
y'all were out of energy too. That's why, like, the week leading up to y'all getting here, I was like, dude, the world is going to be in shambles. Because knowing that, like, y'all were going to be fully rested this time
Oh, yeah.
and ready to go,
Yeah.
and you aren't going to be dragging around, like, dude, there's just no telling what happens.
Well, yeah, there was always going to be ridicule, a sense of violence, laws broken, and full frontal male nudity. So,
But anyways, to answer your question, this was probably like 8 or 9 years
I
ago
don't even
now.
know.
It's been a long time. But a buddy of mine was playing, which I'm sure you know what Fortnite is.
Yeah, I'm not a gamer.
Yeah.
And even if I was, I wouldn't play that. But,
Yeah.
but I know what it is.
But so when it first came out, like between pretty much anybody that we went to school with, it was a big deal. Because
everybody's
like
playing
it sucks now, but back when it first came out, like it was all anybody played. It was
Sure.
kind of like Grand Theft Auto or
Yes.
Minecraft. Like everyone was hooked on it at some point. And I ended up meeting him through playing with some other buddies on Fortnite. And somehow we got to talking. I'm a big Scarface fan. Like, that's like my
Nice,
favorite
yeah,
movie of all
for sure.
time. And he was like, dude, I've got a Scarface poster in my bedroom. If you want it, I'm trying to get rid of it. And it's pretty cool. I have to get a picture tomorrow and show it to you. It's the poster is the entire script of Scarface, but the script makes a picture of Tony Montana holding
Nice.
the rifle
That's
at the
pretty
end.
sick.
That's
Pretty
cool.
cool poster.
So it's
Yeah.
really cool. And she was like, you come over and get it, whatever you want. And I didn't know this at the time, but his now wife, I knew her before I knew him, but I didn't know that. And so, and then the first day I meet him, this is what happens the first day I meet him. So I drove a Dodge Daytona, which was essentially a Dodge truck with a giant wing on the back, and my windows were black. Like you could not see in my vehicle. And
Also, where I live now was some like meth
Meth
heads,
heads.
crackheads, whatever you want to name
boy.
them, in this little piece of junk trailer just where mine is now.
yeah, so like his dad is here, and where Christian's mobile home is now is where the meth heads used to live. And so when I pulled in, I kind of thought that this one might have been his, because I don't think his dad had numbers on the mailbox yet or something. So I pulled further down the driveway. Well, when I did, his dad comes outside with a gun, thinking that I'm there trying to buy dope from the meth heads. And I'm like getting out of the truck, and he's like threatening me, and he's like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I just came to see Christian. And he's like, oh, come on in. And I'm like, I don't think I want to. Okay.
hold on, is this Al, right?
Yeah.
It just comes out presuming you're.
Yeah,
meth
thinking
head
I'm there
looking for
buying
meth.
dope. And so I go in, and I'm like, mind you, this is the first time I've met him in person. Like, we've talked on the game, but I go in, and he's in his bedroom, and I walk in, and I'm like, hey, man. And he's like, what's up? And I'm like, your dad threatened to kill me. And he's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, okay.
You
And
know what
then-
makes all this better? I don't even think it was a real gun. My dad had this airsoft
Yeah, it was-
like BB.
But I was,
It was like metal BB guns, and he used it to like shoot like stray dogs to get them to run off.
But I
He was
was
just gonna intimidate him.
petrified because.
But you weren't taking that risk, right? Whether
Well,
it's-
and
yeah,
not only
like-
that, like if you see his dad's a giant.
Yeah, he's
he's
okay.
like he's
Is he
like
like
six,
jacked or just naturally kind of?
he's
Like,
just
naturally
naturally big.
huge.
He's like
Okay.
6'3", probably 260, but the
Okay.
way he's built,
a big
he's as
fella.
wide as a freaking door frame. Like he's
Right.
huge.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big man.
And
mean-
so when I see this towering man come out with a gun in his hand, I'm like, I didn't do it.
And in complete fairness, in a certain light, Sonny does look like a stray dog. I mean,
So, anyways, I buy the poster from him. I go home, and then I don't know. One day, I guess we were probably on the game or something, and the way it used to happen was his wife, which was his girlfriend at the time, she worked till probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and he was normally off, and I was normally off or home by like 3. I think one day we were playing the game, and I don't know, one of us said something, and he was like, well, do you want to come over? I was like, sure, why not? And I don't know, that happened, and then it just never stopped. Like,
cool.
Katie would come home at 6:30, and me and him would be like laying in the bed watching YouTube, laughing uncontrollably, and she'd be like, Christian, why is he here? Tell him to leave. Because
It's been a week, like,
this would
you
be
know.
like my 14th day in a row being there, and she'd be like, I don't want him here. Leave. And then I don't know, it just, and then
oh, I love that, man. That's cool.
whenever, because I used to not be as confident as I am now.
Now you're a cocky prick.
I was going to say
then,
that's
yeah.
right.
That's a good term for the worst, isn't it?
Absolutely. My wife was with someone at the time, and everyone around me pretty much knew that I wanted to be with her, but I wasn't going to go out of my way to tell her because I was like, I'm not taking that chance.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were like best friends beforehand. So like we hung out, but it was just, and then eventually it got to the point where like him, Katie, my mom, they were all like, look, if you don't tell her, we're just going to tell her, and then you can deal with it after the fact. And then, so once I finally did, and then me and her got together, his wife and my wife ended up becoming best friends. And then dude, we've literally been to other parts of the world together at this point.
Yep.
Went
That's
to the
so
Bahamas together. We've been on multiple vacations. At one point, before we had a kid and before they were pregnant, I think they lived with us for like 2.5 months at one point.
I barely lived there. I was
Yeah.
working and going to school for like 18 hours of my life.
I got to enjoy it.
They've got it very. It's kind of very snug, very cozy, cushy sort of situation there, where these two are best mates,
Awesome.
and of course the wives are sort of like best mates too. So I'm surprised.
Yeah,
So for women, would it also be mates? Like, is that how y'all?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So the women are mates too, like two
I've
best
got
friends.
Like
girl-
if
I've got girl
your
mates.
wife, or not your wife, I guess if let's say you met these girls in Britain, right? She's gonna be like, oh yeah, this is my mate Ashley or whatever.
Well, again, you're saying, well, I don't know about Britain, but definitely
No.
in southern England. I mean, just because in the very south of England is where piracy on the high seas began, it was all about shipmates, therefore they were your matey.
Oh, so it depends on what location, like where you're at.
Yeah, well, this is why I despise the term UK. I mean, because I could tell you UK, yeah, but I mean, someone
But
from
you're so
the
different.
very Highlands of Scotland might tell you something different to the west coast of Wales, and might tell you. I can only speak from where I'm from,
gotcha.
which is
So
south of
Reading.
England.
So yeah.
But yeah, and because there's so many different cultures combined in that tiny spit of an island, but it is a beauty, isn't it? Look at it on that map. Anyway, I can really only speak for where me and Paul are from, and I would say matey. The origins of it, again, from piracy. Is from.
of course.
But so I mean, it goes
your
for everyone.
shipmates.
So like if you have 2 girl best friends at home, those are your
They're
mates
best
as
mates.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, I didn't
So
know that.
it's just mate is just another term for friend.
Absolutely.
I
and
thought
nothing
mates only applied to men for some reason. I don't know why.
You would think so, because obviously you can't really think back to too many female pirates, can you? I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
they've
Yeah.
followed the term. And of course, when we shipped the Australians over to where they are now, and down to Australasia, so they could found Australia, they took mate with them.
Wait,
and that's why
Austra
they-
what?
Australasia was the continent that they were in.
So where he's from originally.
Oh.
Okay, that
Yeah.
checks out.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. See
You're-
that when that he did make a joke, it went completely over your heads, but that's good because he's a moron. And it was shit. It was a crap joke anyway, Paul.
It's inspired by the best.
Yeah, no, but you
That's
need
right.
to you
Of
just
course.
if you're supposed to be a king, up your game. All right. So
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We kind of met, and then that was the end of it.
can
And
I just get a shot of this? I'm sure anyone who actually watches this podcast will be familiar with this design. But if you could just lean both your arms in, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
They've got, I don't know if you
Oh,
noticed
yeah.
this, but they've got their matching tattoos.
So this is
When
where the
did this
logo
happen?
came from.
Nice.
So I'll let you tell a story. Take it away.
Oh God, I don't know how many years ago it was, but basically, Sonny wanted to get match tattoos, and I was like, "Nah, I'm
That's
good."
sweet. It's cute.
I was like, "No, I'm good." And then I don't know.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
definitely his
so
response. Like he was like, "That's so gay."
So I was like, "Nah." And then I don't know. Eventually, I was like, "All right, whatever. If I'm doing one, we're gonna do something cool." And I plan on doing a Japanese sleeve, so I was like, "We'll do a
Nice.
Hanya." So then we got the Hanyas on here, and then like while we were getting tattooed, one of the tattoo artists walked up and he's like, "Oh, you're getting some Brohannyas." And that's where the podcast name actually came from
there you
too.
go.
So, bro, I was going to ask about the origin of the actual word
Yeah.
itself. I did watch a previous, I think the second one you were on. You guys went through the design and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So Brohannya is like a style. It's a particular.
So this is a
image, like-
Hanya.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a fictional word that they've combined because the fellow in the tattoo
Oh,
shop
got you.
came up and just went,
Yeah.
Right,
Brohanya's,
okay.
Brohanya's. He said.
That makes
So
sense.
there you go.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He's a bit
Nice.
slow on the uptake.
Yeah.
Just tell him twice.
I'm not used to the heat out here.
Sorry, yeah, it's hot, bro. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I
Any
mean,
excuse.
and then the way it eventually came about is for probably, I don't know, 2 years or so,
Brother.
we had talked about doing a podcast, and it was always something that we wanted to do. Like we always knew, like, look, whether or not it becomes big, like whether or not we get famous, like it's something to pass the time. It's something that we enjoy because so for the longest time, it hasn't happened in a while, but I would say for probably 3 or 4 years straight, we never missed a UFC fight. Every Saturday
yeah,
night,
that's true.
like
Nice.
I would get to his house or he'd come, like
When we did
wherever.
the Colby's, we
We would eat, we would drink, and we'd watch fights, and we would talk.
Yep.
And then the idea was born later on. Like, I mean, like, dude, all we ever do is sit around. Because even like when I go to his house, like it's just common knowledge that like my wife and his wife, they're gonna go do their thing, and then me and him are just gonna sit on the couch and talk and watch a
whiskey.
video, drink a whiskey, and just whatever. And then so then the idea came about, and we literally had everything that we needed. Like we know how we want to do it. We know we have an idea of the people, like all this stuff. Could not come up with a name for years, and then finally, right after, or I think, man, it was either right before or right after I had Freya.
I think it was.
It might have been before.
Or was it after? I don't remember.
It might have been after. But we
Around that
essentially
time.
decided, like, hey, let's go to the cigar lounge. Let's sit down. Let's buy a couple beers. And then when we got there, we just got to talking. I was like, look, we're not leaving until we come up with a name. Like, this is it. You know, it's either now or never. And we sat there for probably 30 or 45 minutes, and this old guy walks in, and he was great. We haven't
Yeah, he
seen
was
him
cool.
since, but he was really wonderful.
Yep.
And so, like, even though he probably wasn't truly interested in it, he was asking us questions and, like, you know, what are y'all talking about? Like, oh, okay, you want to do a podcast? What's it about, blah, blah. And then while me and this guy are talking, Christian looks up and he goes, what about Brohannya? And then it hit, and I was like,
That's
it.
the money shot.
Probably
right?
a term you hadn't heard since you got the tattoo done.
Yeah.
since we got the tattoos.
Yeah, I don't
had-
know what made it click in my head, but something just.
And then when it did, like,
That's cool.
everything fell in because, like, okay, well, we've already got the logo, we've got the name, and then that night I went home at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, like and then that was it.
Now there's one
Got all
question.
the pages like
yeah.
under that name. Got you.
So I do have a question for the pair of you. Something that I've got so much time to ask him questions. I'm now a green card holder and permanent resident in this country, so I can say that I see this fella more often than I'd like in the average week. But I do ask him questions all the time, but I never got to the bottom of this. Did your structure for the podcast, did you always want to host it and then take guests on, or was it just going to be two boys talking about their passions? Like, you know, or did you always want a mixture?
I don't know.
I mean, I would probably, like, we always knew that we wanted to have people on.
For sure.
But, like, we also knew that the majority of it was just going to be, like,
Chit
us.
chat.
Yeah.
Well, also,
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
a lot of time. It's hard to get guests every week. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because you gotta
plan for 'em.
Not only do you gotta lock them in and be like, hey, I need you here at this time, blah blah. Like, be here, don't be late. You know, let's do it.
Most of the time we'll go to them unless they want to go to
Yeah.
a different location.
And then you gotta prepare. And the hardest thing is preparing, especially for, I would say the two hardest ones that we prepared for would be the first one with you, and the one with Tim, and the one with Pastor Eric. Those three we're very.
We still never even answered all the Pastor Eric questions. I had so many questions for that.
You could always have him back on as a part 2.
Oh, we talked about it.
And we plan on it, but like just and it's not the big stuff. It's not like nailing down the little questions. Those come pretty easily. But it's trying to keep it interesting. Like, for example, doing the whole, like, me getting in contact with people you worked with in England.
Yeah.
Like, that was a chore.
Oh, I
like,
bet.
and it cost me a fortune that I did not know it was going to cost me.
I'm so impressed you managed to do that. Like,
Like-
how did you come about? Obviously the people at Facebar and that, like, because without Boo knowing, that must have been quite a.
Well, I'll tell you how he did it, or he'll tell you how he did it, but he actually was, I'll leave the rest of this to him, but I was completely unaware of it. When we were working, he'd sneak questions through, and then he got in contact with them without my knowing. And I didn't know any of this took place until that podcast happened.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Okay, so we're still live, obviously. Let's just cut back in from where we were before. And on the very first podcast, Sonny did some investigative journalism. I'll leave it to him.
So what happened was, like, I don't know, one day we were working and I just got the idea. Because we had been planning, like, from the get-go, we knew, like, Boo's going to be on the podcast, end of story. Like, no matter what we have to do, it has to happen.
Yeah.
And then it's randomly, because, like, me and him, like, we'll kind of pull ideas from clips we might see of other people's podcasts or stuff like this. And I've never seen nothing like this. And I was like, I wonder if I could get in touch with people from England. Just as kind of like a way to, because, like, every so often he would mention, like, yeah, I miss England, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I wonder if I could find a way to do it and make it good. And so one day he had mentioned something about him being a journalist. And I was like, all right. And we kind of got to talking. And so I just kept prying and kept prying. And, he was just thinking, like, oh, he's just curious, which I was. Like, I like good stories. And then, I don't know, for whatever reason, he hadn't mentioned the name of the magazine or the woman in charge yet. And so I had to work for that information. And then eventually he dropped it. And I think what we were doing that day was he was on our gator, which is, kind of like a buggy, going around picking up trash. As soon as he left from where I was on my phone. I was like, all right, I got to find this, blah, 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 blah. By the sheerest of dumb luck, because, I mean, I'm sure Devolution Magazine is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Sure. It grew and grew over the years, absolutely.
Like, it's a huge deal. And so the first thing I do, I go, okay, Nikki Hobbs, Devolution Magazine. The first thing that pops up is a phone number. And I'm like, there's no shot this is her personal phone number. I hit call, and she picks up the phone, and I'm like, well, that was easy.
I think you disturbed her at a metal festival, didn't you?
Yeah, she was at a festival, and I was like, hey, I was like, this is going to sound so weird. Please don't hang up on me. A guy that used to work for you lives in America now, and immediately she goes, oh, Boo. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, look, I'm doing this segment, blah, blah. Can you just give me something kind of as like a love letter from England? She's like, sure. So we get off the phone, and she sends me an email. So I wrote it all down, and then I got to thinking. So I had two more lined up, which was Sharon from the Facebar, who surprisingly was the harder one to get in contact with, and then Andy Merle from the other paper that he worked for.
Reading Evening Post. I used to write for the paper.
Okay.
And so I went to the Reading Evening Post website. Nothing. He didn't work there no more. He worked for another. He worked for another company, and I couldn't get in touch with him, so I abandoned that one. And then after about I left a message at the Facebar, and after about 2 or 3 days, Sharon finally called me back. And it was so unbelievably loud. It was like 5 o'clock our time, so was that like midnight y'all's time?
11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was jumping in there. Like, I could hear it.
That's Facebook.
And she's like screaming into the phone, and I'm like, hey, blah, blah. I gave her the same spiel. And then she told me hers over the phone, so like I'm trying to type it down. I'm like, can you repeat that? And then it just, I don't know, it worked. And then, so I had it all keyed up, and I texted Christian about it. I was like, look, because before I even got started, I texted Christian, because it was such an odd idea. I was like, I wasn't just going to pull it out of nowhere. So I texted him. I was like, hey, what do you think about this? Do you think we can make it happen? He was like, yeah, go for it. And then so we did it. And then when we started the podcast, I think I did it like right in the first 5-10 minutes. And
Oh, you cut to the chase, yeah.
I've never seen him speechless. It was perfect.
Okay, there's only been 2 times this boy has left me without like comment because, as you know, I'm a loudmouth and whatnot. Usually,
yeah.
I've got something to say about something, right? The only 2 times he's ever left me speechless was one then, and one about 3 hours ago. Info.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
Because of this t-shirt malarkey, but there we have
Oh,
it.
I love it.
But yeah, so I mean, it worked, and then he's been the only one that we did it for, just because like everybody else that we've had on and interviewed has just been kind of either our friends or someone like Tim, the FBI agent.
They ain't gonna talk to us.
I'm sure you boys did a lot of prep for that one. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tim was one that we knew we wanted to do from the get-go. Like as soon as we met Tim,
Well, he's a very interesting fellow.
Yeah.
like when he first started talking, we were like, yeah, this has to happen.
And like I say, I'm not really sure whether he'll catch up with this one or watch this, but I think his demeanour and way of speaking told you that there was no fabrication whatsoever.
Oh no,
he'd seen
he's a very
he'd seen
genuine
those
guy.
things.
Yeah, and he lived it, and a lot of preparation
What
went
I
into that.
what I really liked about that was how he like talked about going through what happens when you have to shoot somebody.
Yeah,
That's
like he
crazy.
detailed, like
What he had to go through
counseling
and how he
and like what his family had to go through. So it wasn't just like he was like, oh yeah, I did this, and then that was the end of it. Like
Yeah.
he elaborated on it, and then he talked about other people in the FBI that he knew that went through the same thing or similar.
and then how he started coaching other people through it.
Yeah, and so that one turned out to be probably, I would say, one of the best ones we've done as far as like our research goes, just because, and it like all the research we did, we didn't even get to use because like every one question we would ask would turn into a 15, 20, 30-minute story that just turned into, like it went from the answer to, well, this ties into this and then that ties into this, and it was perfect. Like it couldn't have been any better.
Now, I mean, as much as I do love to hear about that, and it was probably my fault, and really me who really brought up the previous guests here. Just before we make it like a greatest hits of Brohannya, I'm going to keep things up to date here.
For sure.
Because I did want to ask Paul a couple of things that I don't usually ask you, simply because we spend so much time taking the piss out of each other, we don't really get genuine questions done half the time. However, I mean, I know there's always been lots about American culture that you've actually really admired. I found myself here because I happened to fall in love with an American, and that's why I find myself here. Now, my homesickness is drastic at times. It really is bad. And that's not to say I don't like it here, because I do. It's just to say that home is where the heart is. Whereas you, I find, there's so many elements of the American culture that you really vibe with.
Yeah.
That, you probably, and you visit all the time, so that you can probably see yourself here a lot. Outside of the skateboard culture, the food culture, and the sort of, let's say, because you like the West Coast and Californian sort of...
As you've put it before, dude culture.
Dude culture, right, okay. So outside the dude culture, what draws you to this place, and why do you like it so much?
America in general, or the South, or?
Well, I know you like the West Coast, but I'm talking about America in general now. I'm just saying, the United States in general, you obviously like visiting, and you're here for other reasons than me, because I obviously live here because I live with, my wife is from here, right? However, you make constant visits here, and I want you to explain to these boys, and me, I suppose, what it is about American culture that keeps you coming back.
Well, like you say, it was like primarily, when I was 13, just obsessed with California culture, just through skateboarding.
I think everybody
and
kind of went
music.
through that stage at one point where like California was king.
Yeah. And like you said, the whole skateboarding thing, for me, music as well. So like in the South, you had, the home of skateboarding, Santa Monica, Dogtown, that kind of thing. Then North California, you had, San Francisco, the whole Bay Area thrash thing.
Yeah.
For me at the time, it just seemed that everything I was into was California. Again, just down the road from San Francisco, you had Sacramento, Deftones. Shout out to my boy Chino. Sacramento represent. So everything was. So So everything was just, kind of California, and it wasn't until 2022 that I actually, I guess, had the bollocks to be like, why is it taking me this many years to actually go out there? And I just had such a fascination with it. Went out there solo, did LA, Santa Cruz, San Francisco. Loved. I was there for maybe 10 days. Come back, and I thought, okay, right, I'm going to do it again. But this was around the time that you would have just moved, or this was last year.
That's right. Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'm going to go to America every 2 years now. So I've done
Well,
California.
last year y'all did the big trip.
Yeah, y'all
where
did.
y'all
Oh yeah,
went
so
everywhere.
the trip in 2022 when I did those 3 places in California, it was the first time I'd ever gone long haul. My first solo trip abroad, and it's the longest I've ever been away. So it's like a big 3. So I'm going to really push myself out of my comfort zone, and I had such a blast.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, I'm going to go to America every 2 years. The last trip, which was last year, I thought I'm going to do a couple different places. San Diego, which still remains my favorite city in the States, but I'm going to do the Deep South because I love the idea of the food and the culture, and the idea of Southern hospitality and everything. And especially now that Boo was here, I thought it's a perfect opportunity. It just synced really well. So I went from California, Austin, Texas. I just felt, okay, if I'm hitting the South, I need to hit Texas somewhere. Did a bit of research, and it was either Austin, Houston, or Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas was dope too.
And I did a bit of research on what's going to be the vibe, like the demographics, the things that I want there. And I joined a bunch of Facebook groups and said, this is like, I'm this demographic and these are the things I'm looking for. They're like, you need to go to Austin. And I just had such a blast there. Went from there to New Orleans. Ed flew out to meet me. Obviously, you have to do Bourbon Street, the French Quarter.
So California into Texas, through Louisiana,
Represent Cali,
and then through into Alabama. You're such a tosser. Anyway, look, what was I going to say? I'm just going to stop you there though, because I mean my experience.
Did that answer? Was that?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. My experience of California wasn't really a pleasant one, to be honest. I didn't enjoy it there, and I wouldn't really
I don't
voluntarily
think I'd like California
go back.
either.
Now this is what I wanted.
Especially like today.
Now, I was interested in this because I've spoken to Christian about this before, and he hasn't shown a real interest in California. Now you said at one time it would be the real cool thing to do, and everyone went through a phase of thinking it was cool.
Well, okay, so here's what I will say, and I feel like even though he does have a massive hatred for California, this is one thing that we can both agree on. I feel like one thing that me and him would definitely want to experience, just because of us being the gamers that we are,
I know what he's going with this.
is even though it is probably the worst place to visit in California, if me and him, if me and him could wake up tomorrow and go to Los Angeles for free, tickets and all, we would do it. Just because, so take it back a little bit. When GTA 5 originally came out in 2013, so, obviously me and him, we had played it separately before we knew each other, but when we met each other and, played video games all the time, I know the map of Grand Theft Auto 5 better than I know Mobile and Sims.
I agree. I would agree to that.
Yeah, if me and him went to Los Angeles tomorrow, we could probably take you anywhere you want to go and know exactly where it's at. It might not be the right name.
Now look, not being
It's not going to be the right name.
I was going to say, not being a gamer, you and I needed this explaining to us, but he did do some explaining. So that what they do is it's essentially as accurate a map.
It's very
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially
the
a
actual map,
one-to-one
right?
scale replica of Los Angeles, California.
So you feel like you could navigate it even though you haven't literally been.
As long as I can find the landmarks, yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is so for instance, let's just say me and him were to hop on Grand Theft Auto tonight when we got home. Me and him could hop on and go, all right, we need to do this and we need to go to this place. We don't have to open the map to do it. We don't have to set a waypoint. We know where to go, how to get there. We have played that game.
Well, we've been playing that game since 2013.
Yeah,
So.
for 12 years now we've been playing it.
Wow.
Even though I hate California, that would be cool to experience.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
Just to be there and be like, God, dude, I robbed that gas station. You know what I mean? And then, I feel like I would enjoy the northern parts of California, where the redwoods are and stuff like that.
Oh man,
Yeah,
yeah.
you've
got
the forest,
Scotts Valley.
yeah,
and
the
that kind of
forestry
thing.
parts of it.
Oh man, yeah.
And me enjoying skateboarding, I would love to visit Venice Beach.
it's insane.
I feel like
I mean, it's the birthplace of skateboarding. You know,
Yeah.
Dogtown and
I mean,
the
so
Dead Boys.
that
and,
almost like has to happen.
for me, like California would be cool to visit, but I don't want to be there longer than like a week.
Yeah. After 7 days, like I'm good.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Christian, that's
And maybe it's just being ruined by Southern hospitality, but like
No, it's their laws. They got dumb laws.
not even just that, but like growing up, so like you can ask anyone down here. If someone holds the door open for you, you say thank you. You know, they say you're welcome. You know, if anyone who is older than you, even if it only be by 5 or 6 years, but you don't know them like that yet, it's
sir.
yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. And growing up, we've all heard the stories of like, oh, in New York and California, like they don't do that.
Oh man, so those like default pleasantries, which you know you guys are used to, and again, like you know, a lot of British people will be like that, but
we grew up around
in LA, it'll be a culture shock.
Right. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, you do get like good apples there and stuff, but the vast majority of people.
Sadly,
Exactly.
what I found was it was a complete hierarchy. It was a complete rat race. It was complete anyone within wealth will speak to you any which way they like.
Yeah.
Whereas
they all want to be better than the next person.
and it shows and it reeks. So that's what I didn't like about it. But I think Southern hospitality, as I've said time and time again, and on this podcast before, but it definitely exists. I'm sure you will concede to that. I mean, it's just, it really does exist. And that's why I find the people down here much easier to get along with. Plus, they take to the English sense of humour a little bit more because the people in California can't take a joke when you're mean to them. People here will give it back, and I like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yo,
So,
100%.
if there's anything that we've got in South, it's a good sense of humor.
Yeah, yeah.
But for the most part, you will meet some people who are just...
Well, I just don't want people to get angry,
Wankers.
like you just get angry and cry. I want someone to turn around and just be like, "All right, well, here's this." You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So anyway, the next question I want to ask the pair of you, which is
I was just going to add in, sorry.
Oh, please, go ahead,
Just
Paul.
following,
Go ahead.
continuing on with the whole America thing.
Yeah.
So obviously when I had that obsession with California, and then I went further kind of afield and then had this fascination with the Deep South and stuff, that then opened up the whole where else in the States and began this whole fascination with American geography, which, you know, my whole, the capital city thing, which...
I would like to test that.
Yeah,
actually.
I wanna
Why don't
test
we
that theory.
Could we do this live?
Yeah, let's test it. Let's test
this
it.
theory.
I'm going to be a little
Please,
bit rusty,
Sonny, could you
but
grab me my notepad?
All right, you ready? Let's go. Let's go.
Look,
I
he's
got
pulling
you.
it up right now.
if we could come back to it, just I'm quite thirsty at the minute. If I could,
Do you want to take 5? Hold on just a second. If we do, though, it will look as if you've done your homework before.
No, he's not getting up.
no, I'm just,
No, we're good.
Okay, cool. But Paul can do this off the top of his head. So you know, good luck to him. What are you doing? Why is
Thank you, Lord.
sorry, what did you say?
Thank you, my lord. So the capital cities.
Yeah.
You're unbelievable.
I mean-
you know that. Did you just hand both of them a peasant's pouch? Drinking your beer from the goblet. The crown on your head.
Why'd you take the crown off, my Lord?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes, yes, my Lord.
My lord.
Yes, my Lord.
Oh, boy.
They encourage this.
I insist that you wear it for the rest of the podcast, my Lord.
It's part of the service.
Thank you, my lord.
Thank you, my Lord.
It's all part of the service. Yeah, so the capital cities, so you interrupted there a sec. The capital cities.
Oh my God. I'm not going to talk to you as if you're any superior of mine, mate. So you can forget that.
This is the King of English.
You will address him as such.
There's no justice
Sir.
in my court, all right?
I will address you as a cunt.
Listen here, you feeble-fingered peasant.
Your mom.
You have the beard of a prepubescent squire.
Oh, Davy boy.
Oh, Davy boy.
Says ginger pubes. Come on.
Thank you, my lord.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, before you were rudely interrupted.
Yeah, the king doesn't deserve this behaviour.
He does not. He does not at all.
No.
Shame on you.
I like to keep the nation happy, though.
That's right.
Yeah, could you keep them happy by actually getting on with the point, mate?
Yeah, so the capital cities thing, again, before the
It was
interruption.
rudely
Of course, of
interrupted.
course.
Yes, my lord. Okay,
Give me, so there's how many states? 50?
so there's 50 states.
Yeah.
I would say let's start with the one that we're in, and then you just
Give
go.
me, give
Oh,
me,
I got
give me
them
2
already.
lives.
Let's go.
If I get 2 lives.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't
All
just
right.
a while.
Let's just start with Alabama, and then you just kind of work your way
Yeah,
around.
I got a
however
few
you
Sure.
want.
already.
Yeah, if there's like a
I'm
list.
just going to bounce all over.
And
And
he's
we don't
gonna-
have to do all 50.
He's gonna verify them as you go.
Okay, yeah. That takes
Alabama.
time. Montgomery,
Correct. Florida.
Tallahassee,
Correct. Georgia.
Atlanta,
Correct. Louisiana.
Baton Rouge.
Correct.
Some I might not be able to pronounce right because I know them by
That's
like
okay,
the written
that's
word.
okay. Mississippi, our cousin.
Where they also like
fuck.
their cousins. You can
I'll
also
sacrifice a life for this if you give me
You can-
the first letter.
Oh, Jay, you don't even have to sacrifice a life.
Jackson.
Yes.
That made good.
Correct, my lord.
I'm glad you're amusing yourself. You're not amusing me.
Texas.
This could do with a top up if you're able to.
yes, my
Yeah.
lord. Yes, my lord. No, you peasant.
You feeble-fingered peasant. Oh, you deserve another wager, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, my lord.
Pouches of coins. Are you throwing them pouches of
Sir,
coins?
please do not address the king directly.
Shut your mouth.
It's the finest English sterling, sir. Actually,
Next state.
Texas.
Texas is going to be Austin.
Correct. How many of these are we doing? Are we just going to keep going
Yeah,
forever?
just
There's
roll.
50.
Don't-
Roll.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think we got
Jesus
it.
Christ.
I've used one life because I.
Nope, that doesn't count.
Okay.
This is going to be a hard one. Alaska.
Alaska is Juneau,
Correct.
which is also a
That's
beautiful
impressive.
song from Funeral for a Friend.
That's
That's
impressive.
a Welsh band.
Arizona.
Arizona. Okay. I always get Arizona and Nevada's ones mixed up. Oh, fucking Phoenix.
I was going to say
Correct.
Tucson or
Jesus.
Phoenix, right?
Arkansas.
Arkansas, Little Rock.
California.
Sacramento, my boy Chino, represent Deftones. Let's go.
Colorado.
Denver,
Connecticut.
Hartford,
Delaware.
Dover,
I already did that one. Hawaii.
Honolulu.
Yep. Idaho.
I know I'm not going to pronounce it right, but Boise.
Okay. Illinois.
Springfield,
Correct.
Wow.
Indiana.
Indianapolis,
Iowa.
Huh?
Iowa.
Iowa. I'm not going to pronounce it right, but Des Moines.
Moines.
Not Corey Taylor. Represent
Hey,
homies.
hey.
Word
Kansas.
up.
Did I already say Kansas? Did we done? Yeah, Kansas.
Kansas. Topeka.
Mm-hmm. Kentucky.
Frankfurt.
Yep. Maine.
I want to say Augusta,
Wow. Maryland.
Annapolis,
Massachusetts.
Boston,
Michigan.
Lansing,
Minnesota.
St. Paul's.
Yes.
Beautiful name, by the way.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, it should be King Paul's, but yeah.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Yes,
so-
absolutely, my lord.
Is that for a piss or out of anger?
Well, you're not a saint nor a king, but carry on.
You're wrong, my lord. Let's finish the list and then.
Where do
Right,
we leave
mates,
off? What
we're
was the
going
last
to
one?
continue.
The last one was
Was it Michigan?
Michigan was
No, Minnesota.
no, Minnesota
Winning on
was
St.
St.
Paul.
Paul's, yeah, and then that's when
Yeah.
you
When he threw his fit.
No.
Missouri,
Missouri, Jefferson City,
Montana,
Helena,
Nebraska,
Lincoln,
Nevada,
Carson City,
New Hampshire,
Concord,
New Jersey,
Trenton,
New Mexico,
Santa Fe,
New York,
Albany or Albany,
North Carolina,
Raleigh,
North Dakota,
Bismarck,
Ohio,
Columbus,
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma City,
Oregon,
Salem,
Pennsylvania,
Harrisburg,
Rhode Island,
Providence,
South Carolina,
Columbia,
South Dakota,
Pierre,
Tennessee. I don't know if I asked you that one already.
Nashville,
Utah,
Salt Lake City,
Vermont,
Montpelier,
Virginia,
Richmond,
Washington,
Olympia or Olympus,
Olympia, West Virginia,
let's go Charleston,
yep, Wisconsin,
Madison,
Wyoming.
Cheyenne or Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, but yes, you're correct.
Yeah,
I'll give it to him.
I live here and I can't do
To be
that.
honest,
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
I couldn't do that.
Wonderful
if you,
job, my lord.
If
Wonderful
you,
job.
wonderful,
Okay,
my lord.
thank you.
Wonderful.
Again, when I visit the nations, I like to show that I
course.
appreciate.
Yeah,
that, you know,
absolutely.
Of course.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, what a wonderful diplomat he is.
He is
His
indeed.
humbleness shows no bounds.
That's right. He's a man of the people.
You can see that.
And the people are of
He
him.
knows this.
Yes, he does.
He just doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah, of course.
Oh dear. Anyway, yes, I mean, I don't know, I'd feel more embarrassed being one of you two, seeing as he knows your country's geography better than you do, but there we go.
I mean, hey, dude.
Facts. This is now your country, bud.
Yeah. So you better learn it.
I live here. But
Brother.
I've lived here all there. I didn't need to know the geography all that well.
Can I ask on the flip side? So, obviously, you guys have never been to England.
Correct.
From what you've known or seen, could I ask what elements are you kind of keen to experience, and what
You
do
want
you
to go? I was
definitely
just saying,
not want to?
You want to go number one together?
Pubs.
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 Okay, yeah,
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
sure. I mean, very viable though. I mean, that's very sensible.
That is the
That's
one
really
thing
the one thing I really
that
care to see.
we
Yeah,
we
very
do
sensible.
not have that is so like okay.
They
If
don't
you
want fish and
asked
chips.
if you asked any other mid 20-year-old, they probably wouldn't answer that because most mid 20, early 20-year-olds they just want to party. But
Sure.
the pub scene is so perfect because it's not a club. It's not even your traditional bar. It's almost like you could load the family up and take your family to the pub.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
there's
such a versatile. I mean, you know, you get people going in there first thing in the morning sober for a fry up, but then also later that day on a Friday or Saturday, you'll go there with like, you know, a big group of people
Yeah.
ready for a night out. You
like
know,
if
it's
we
just-
had a genuine pub here, I can promise you, me and him would be there a lot.
You talk. Yeah, actually, Paul's got a very good point there. You talk about versatile
Obviously.
establishment. I mean, dare I ever say he's got a good point? So just take
He
it to
always
his
has good
big,
points.
fat, stupid head with his silly crown on it. You look like you've been to Burger King, you fucking muppet. Anyway, the pub can accommodate so many people. It won't just accommodate alcoholics like the bar scene kind of does here. But you can go. Are you all right there? Yeah. Do you need a bit of time?
no, we're good. I'll let you continue.
The king isn't used to this much disrespect.
Go ahead, sir.
Mental.
He should be, especially around me. But yeah, it doesn't just cater to sad, depressed, old alcoholics, and I find the bar scene here very much does that. But yeah, you honestly, like Paul said there, you can go in. If you want to watch the sports, you can do that. You want to game with Paul, you can do that. You want a full English breakfast, you want a fry up, you can go early in the morning. You want a pint of beer any single given time in the day, fine. But then after the work hours, after 5 o'clock, the place starts filling up with the working man. Now the working man will go there before they head home, and And of course, working ladies, you know, in this day and age. But also at lunchtime, because these people don't get. I say these people. I mean, what do you mean, you people? But it's Paul. They don't really understand the lunchtime pint, you know, because they don't.
Yeah,
you
don't
just
that
go
here.
for a lunchtime pint and get back to work. That's taboo here. But like, it's almost expected for us because, like I say, like Christian pointed out earlier with the McDonald's thing. Everything's in town centres and therefore it's walking distance. You come from the office, you go to the pub, have a couple of pints.
For sure.
Oh, my hour's up. Okay, I'll go back to work. And that's not frowned upon whatsoever. In fact, it's encouraged.
We get
I mean, some of the
breathalyzed.
most. Oh, sorry.
We would get breathalyzed.
Yeah, I
And if
mean,
we fill a breathalyzer, fired out the gate. That's it.
well, so like, yeah, where he works. Now, like, let's just be honest. I could probably do it,
Oh yeah, but
but like, it's just not. Like, if you know someone who takes their lunch break and goes and has some beers, you're like, that dude's an alcoholic for sure. Like, he beats his wife at night.
beers are for after work and on the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, when he originally told me that, I was like, dude, you can't do that here. Like, because I wanted him to understand, like, hey, when you get a job, do not go to the bar. Like, don't.
Sure.
Because
You'll
it's
get
so,
fired.
like, it's frowned upon big time.
So I think in a previous podcast, you guys said the kind of drinking culture in the I don't know whether it's just the deep south or just the States in general. Like going to a bar has seemed like quite a not a negative thing, but it's kind of there's no in between of you know how the pub is like a nice median
Yeah, no.
in between.
Yeah, no, we have
it's
no
kind
median.
of like two extremities.
I mean, I guess
of-
our closest that would be like what, a sports bar?
okay,
Yeah.
which is like what more casual, laid back.
Oh, yeah, very-
Yeah, like, you
okay.
could go there and get food and stuff.
And alcohol.
Sure.
if
and
you want.
alcohol,
Yeah.
but like if you go to a bar down here, it's one side of the spectrum or the other.
Yeah,
it's,
bar is just.
it's depressed and lonely, or it's a club and the floors are sticky and the music's too loud. Like
and it's old,
there's-
shitty music.
yeah, there's no in between.
I mean, me and Boo are certainly not club people. I forever hated that culture. Pubs and
Yeah.
certain bars are kind
You,
of
you,
the
I know,
way to
you
go.
might have forever hated it. I had to go through. I did it the hard way. In other words, at one point I tried to love it, and
What,
it
clubs?
Just, yeah, and
Like
it just
clubby clubs?
Well,
Like,
me,
okay.
me and another certain individual who's come to visit me for this wedding. We used to do the clubbing thing every week, and there is a time and a place in your life where clubbing is really exciting, really fun. And then there's a time and a place in your life where clubbing is just very expensive and tires you out and you don't really have that much fun anymore. So we, you know, just age accordingly, grew out of it and didn't want to look back. Pub culture is not club culture. Absolutely
But
not.
when you're saying clubbing, you mean just going out on a night out?
You know exactly what I mean,
But I
Paul.
mean, club as like say like clubs in Reading, like I can picture you guys in like Cuba or
Exactly.
like
Cuba.
Walkabout.
I'm talking about any pub or club along Friar Street.
Oh, okay,
You know
yeah.
they're full of wankers. You
For sure.
absolutely know someone's going to pick a fight on you because you, in
Right,
my
okay,
case,
yeah,
I've got
yeah.
long hair or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. You know you're going to fight back. You know the bouncers are going to lob you out. You know that there's going to be trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's just no point to begin with
Yeah,
because
it just sucks.
Yeah.
And then next to pub culture, I'd say genuine fish and chips would be cool.
Brandy
Yeah.
loves that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you guys need
And
to.
then a big thing, I love like old English architecture, like the castles.
we got the
stuff like
castles.
that.
we got the,
Yeah,
The,
that'd be
the
ruined.
Yeah,
scenery
yeah.
in England is fantastic.
We can show you some stuff, man. It's been there. In fact, every time my wife comes, well, I told you this many times. Christian, maybe not so much, but every time my wife comes back, I always take her to go and see a building that stood there from 11th century or something like that. You know.
Which is insane. Like
And,
we don't have anything here that's that old.
You
Well,
say that's
England,
the-
I mean,
the
even
Abbey?
says here, like we were established 927 AD. And if you think about how relatively young the United States is, 300-400 years or whatever.
250. Actually, next year will be 250 years.
No way.
1776, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the
Spirit of 76, baby.
Yeah.
Black Rifle.
represent.
Not sponsored.
Shout out Chino.
Shout Chino.
How are you supposed to be the king of England and represent so many California and the States?
Well,
all the
he's
time?
kind of like
A man
Elton
of the
John,
world,
where
yeah,
he's,
king of the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, he's a
He's a
civilian.
very humble man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
he's very well accepted. The people love him.
If this man could force his own cock up his ass, he'd do it.
But you wanted to ask a question earlier to me and Sonny. What was that?
Paul asked you. I was just about to say that. Actually, I was going to ask a slightly different question, but I don't think I'm going to get a different answer out of you. But you didn't really have English people coming in and around SEMS until I turned up. So
Yeah, that's not a normal occurrence.
no. So I was just thinking, Besides, I don't know, you're silly, like, butter water in your beans and all that.
Beans on toast, isn't it?
Like, if someone had handed you a ticket and just went, all right, well, you boys just spend a week in England now, like, what would your... I mean, no, let's take away silly... I'm going to take away silly stereotypes, like, oh, they eat beans on toast and they say bum, and like, you know, like take away all the daft stuff and the dopey stuff and just don't behave like a gimp for 2 minutes and actually give me an answer as to what you think England might be like if you were just offered a week there and I hadn't been along, Paul hadn't been along, you hadn't met Ed.
I like this. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
Good question, right?
the only thing that I
Really
can
good.
think of, because
It's
truthfully,
Harry Potter, I bet.
before I
Harry
knew
Potter.
before I knew any of you, the only thing I knew about England was London. Like, just, you know,
same.
that was it. Like, obviously I knew they had other cities or whatever you want to call them, but I didn't know nothing about them. So, like, if someone handed me a ticket and was like, you're going to England for a week,
Big Ben.
that
London
would,
Bridge.
that would be all I would know.
right.
And then the only people you would experience there, obviously, are tourists.
Yeah.
It's so
who goes there.
overdone. It's so
Massive tourist
overdone.
trap,
And
Yeah, where like now, if someone handed me and him a ticket, like obviously, like we're going to Reading because
I was going to ask that at some point. but-
yeah, like
that's the only one I would really want to
That's
go
where
to.
we're going because first off, it's not touristy, so we know it's not going to be a tourist trap. It's not going to suck. And now we know people who are there, so it's not like we're going to turn up and just be lost.
For sure.
Like there will be some sort of guidance, like, hey, don't go here. You need to go here.
Yeah.
Blah blah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You'll be in safe hands.
I also don't know what to do if I get mugged without a gun.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying.
Crazy, isn't it?
I guess I'm just gonna have
I mean,
to get
obviously,
like
if you guys went over, you'd want to see London anyway, right? If you're like first time in England, like
I mean,
London's
you'd want to
never
maybe
been big on my
like
list,
take it
to
off,
be honest.
but
probably not.
see what you'd just concentrate
The
on Reading
biggest
and maybe
attraction-
I probably
recommendations of.
Yeah, the biggest attraction in England is all to me and probably him too has always been pub culture
Yeah, the culture.
and just stuff
architecture.
like that.
So pub culture and architecture you can find in Reading without the tourists swamping you. So I mean, they probably would have a much cleaner, crisper, more precise experience of England if they came to Reading.
Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely want a shirt that says "I love London." Like you got to get the touristy shirt. You know what I mean?
I don't need that.
And then also just around Reading, like within 20 minutes on a train, you have cities nearby in the south. If you guys want the architecture, Oxford,
Southampton,
beautiful, 100%. Yeah,
there's a lot of places
Yeah,
there actually fantastic. for
really
that.
beautiful cities.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I
especially
feel
for
like
the
it probably
architecture
gets
and
prettier the further out
the
you go
history
from
and everything.
London.
Closer you get to the coasts.
Yeah.
Because we all like the coast. The one thing in England is that you always get away to the coast for your holidays, and that's you have to.
So do
just,
y'all have like beach houses and stuff?
Oh yeah,
And, like, condos?
chalets. We call them-
Brighton's pretty. Like,
Well, we
good
call
for
them.
that stuff.
I
and
suppose you call them chalets. Chalets
yeah.
here, don't you?
What?
No, we call them beach houses
Chalets.
and condos.
Chalets. Okay, so chalet is a beach house. So basically, essentially, what you do is you go down to the coast. My parents do it all the time these days, especially since I've moved away. They've probably got, they don't have to stock the fridge as much, so they've got a bit more money to,
Especially with 7 cans of beans per day.
That's crazy.
You got so much guttache off that, and it's unsurprising.
I've never.
Five-
to our-
7, sorry.
Ladies
Col-
and gentlemen,
Beans.
Booey 7 beans.
Our president.
Our president.
See, this is the only
vote
British shirt I
Bellini.
need right here. This is it.
You finished naming 50 state capitals and only got an applause off 1 or 2 of us, and yet you say Booey 7 beans and everyone seems to clap. Okay, fair enough.
But the second time that you guys visit,
Paul's no
come
stranger
for a little
to the
bit
clap.
longer, and the north, I think, Manchester, especially the music history.
That's another thing.
I love Manchester.
I don't
The
like
north is great.
football, but I would love to experience
English football culture.
an English football
Like
game. Like just a
Trafford,
genuine.
yeah, Old
just-
Trafford in
West Ham.
Manchester, and
Like I don't want to
Millwall.
watch.
yeah,
I
go
don't
Millwall,
want to. I don't want to watch it on TV.
the Hammers,
Same way,
West
like
Ham.
he doesn't want to watch baseball on TV, but when we went to a baseball game, like he loved it. So, like, and I know I've seen videos of football culture in England. It's insane.
Yeah, but you two know very
It's
well.
mind-blowing.
Actually, you two growing up American will know very well there's an enormous difference between televised sport and live
Yes.
sport.
Yeah, big time.
So, I mean, we're preaching to the converted when it comes to this. I mean, you've experienced both, obviously you experienced televised sport wherever you go here, but to experience live sport is, I mean, I'm not a big sports fan, nor are you.
Well, I grew up as a big, just through my family, up to sort of 13, like massive football football guy, big sort of
Why
football
did you let
family.
it go? Was it just not
Skating.
didn't-
I got 13,
yeah.
got into like metal and skating and everything. But I still watch like international games. I still watch England and the nostalgia of it and
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like the local like national
See,
stuff.
that's
I'm
how
not
that's
really
kind of how we are
that
like
asked
about fighting. Like we grew up watching, like our
you-
dads watching,
boxing or wrestling or
boxing. We grew up watching wrestling back when wrestling
Okay.
was actually cool.
So no. So let me ask you two a question then. I mean, if I can get Christian's attention. Sorry if you're
I'm
nodding off.
listening.
over
Sorry,
there.
I'm reading a text from Ed. My apologies.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, sorry about that. Sorry to wake you up. Anyway,
He's allowed.
you two obviously have been big.
Thank you, my lord.
Oh my God, I hate it. Anyway, look, you've been big sports fans and big fighting fans, as we pointed out, right? Have you two been to watch a live fight?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know you have been to watch minor league stuff, but have you ever watched a big televised
no,
fight?
UFC,
Oh, okay.
No, too expensive.
We tried
I
to
bet
go to
it
one
was-
in
I
New
bet it
Orleans, and it was like $500 a ticket for nosebleeds.
Yeah, for literally the very top and in the very back. It's a
I was
weird
going to say, I
line.
can imagine the ticket prices are just insane.
It's
I hate it
just
because I would
like-
love to go to one, but
No, we've been to some minor fights and they're just as fun.
yeah,
though.
they're fun.
Because normally the guys who are trying to make it have the
They're
most to
more
prove.
hungry. Yeah.
They're chasing knockouts and just violence. Whereas when you watch a lot of these championship fights, not all the time, but these guys are playing it safe. They're reserved because they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose their belt because they keep the belt, the more money they make.
Well, not just that. I mean, once they get to the top and they can stay at the top, they're comfortable.
Yeah, they're going to
So,
ride it.
And you say
They're
this
not
is
gonna take
UFC?
risks.
What this is it? UFC,
MMA,
MMA,
and
Yeah,
UFC,
that's,
kind
that,
of
that
all-
pretty much
yeah.
goes for all of it. Boxing,
Okay, so-
UFC, just in general.
Well, boxing is another English
For sure.
sport, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what?
Queensbury
Look,
and-
you get to Queensbury rules. You get to say this sort of thing. If I said that, they'd be like,
Bloody boxing.
Bloody boxing, mate.
no, it takes the
Boxing and beans.
takes the D out
Yeah.
of bloody. Bloody.
Bloody.
Anyway, that's me done. So it was a fantastic time entertaining you all. But I'm tired. I'm getting married in the morning, and everyone around me is a cock.
All right, well let's take it out real quick. Let's take it out.
Sit down, Booey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed watching it. Unfortunately, for the few people that do pay attention, this will be the last episode for a while. We've just got things going on that we've got to take care of and things that got to happen. So this one's going to take a while to edit, so be patient. But when we do come back, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be different. It'll be a lot more fun. So it'll be a good time. So anyways, Boo, anything you'd like to tell the people?
Only what I just did. Thank you very much. I've been a guest on the Brohannya podcast 3 times now, and if you've bothered watching them, then thank you very much.
Sir Paul,
My lord.
King of England.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pleasure to serve you all as normal. And again, I'm humble. I don't want you guys to think of me any more superior. But next time I'm, doing my royal visits, I'd love to be on again.
Absolutely.
Or if come to England and we'll do it in one of my sort of royal residencies.
Yeah.
At the round table.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
always
awesome.
be welcome. Nice banquet and
Yeah.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Mate.
And just remember, before we go, baloney for president,
It's the right vote.
lower taxes and sloppier hoagies, baby.
Have you farted?
No.
Thank you, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.